Today is nomination day. Accident kills presidential car. And EPA waives Schlumberger EIA. I'm Rico Beaufort, and this is Uncut News. Do you see what's happening? Send us a tip on WhatsApp at 592-659-615. The General Secretary of the PPP, Barrett Jagdeo, refused to predict whether his party will win a majority in the Georgetown City Council for the 2023 local government elections. This, he said, on today, nomination day. The PPP and APNU presented their candidates for GCOM's returning officer. The PPP is seeking to win over former APNU AFC councillors, which they've already taken Patricia Chase Green, for example, while the APNU is confident in its mix of experienced and new candidates. The local government elections will be held for 70 neighborhood councils and towns, with Georgetown being the seat of attraction. The government has announced that it will disperse $100 million to affiliates of ID Padaji rather than to give it to the umbrella body itself, following the collapse of talks between the two parties. The Attorney General justified the decision, stating that the monies budgeted and appropriated for 2023 are not subject to legal proceedings. Heidi Padaji had earlier challenged the government's decision to disperse funds, accusing it of not reaching a large number of African Guyanese. The matter will now be heard in court in June 2023. The Castro band has been stuck in Latam for over a week. A client hired them to perform at an event and promised to pay them 50% upfront. The band left Georgetown with the remaining 50% unpaid. They performed at the event, but the client did not arrange for their transportation back to Georgetown. The client took the bus and left Gabriel, the lead singer, sleeping in the vehicle. The bus got into an accident, and Gabriel broke his leg. The client promised to buy them plane tickets, but did not follow through. Thus, the band is stranded, and the client is avoiding their calls and messages. Kind-hearted residents of Rupununi have been taking care of them ever since. An off-duty police corporal lost his life in an accident over the weekend. The 24-year-old officer was driving at a fast rate along the East Bank Demerara Public Road at Coverdon when he lost control of the vehicle and crashed into a utility pole. 3 other passengers were injured and taken to the hospital. An investigation is ongoing. Also over the weekend, a truck driver, Kerry Sears, was stabbed to death during a late-night robbery in Eccles, East Bank Demerara. The robbery occurred at the dump site road, where Sears was confronted by 4 perpetrators who were on 2 motorcycles. 2 other persons were also robbed, and Sears was fatally stabbed during a confrontation with one of the perpetrators. The police are currently investigating the incident, and several persons have been interviewed and are currently in police custody. Attorney General Nondalaw met with a team of lawyers from U.S. law firm Foley Hoag, who are representing Guyana in the U.S. $100 million proceedings filed by Mexican firm Smart City Solutions over the failed parking meter project in Georgetown. The lawyers were in Guyana to review potential witnesses for the legal proceedings, which are continuing. Smart City Solutions filed the proceedings at the International Center for Settlement of Investment Disputes over the controversial parking meter project that was introduced under the coalition government 5 years ago. Which means it was under Patricia Chase Green's tenure. Just putting that out there. It's April. Keep your truck running smoothly this rainy season with high-quality parts from Powered Automotive. They stock parts from all the top brands, including Freightliner, DAF, International, and all models of Cummins engines. Visit them at Lot 491 EE Eccles, or call or WhatsApp them on telephone number 697-0171. Save big on truck parts at Powered Automotive, the #1 heavy-duty truck parts store in Guyana. Tired of waiting on hold, tracking down a delivery driver, or carrying cash for your food orders? GT Eat is here to make your life easier. Guyana's first cashless food ordering and delivery app. Choose from Georgetown's top restaurants, pay securely with your card, and get your food delivered right to your doorstep. With the convenience of being able to order from your phone and the added feature of tracking your order, GT Eats is the ultimate solution for all your food needs. Download the app on Apple and Android stores and start ordering the easy way today. The government is producing fresh roses as part of a plan to become self-sufficient and reduce the number of roses imported annually. I didn't know that was a thing. Anyway, the project is being executed by NARI and has provided employment opportunities for many Guyanese. The government hopes to expand the project to provide high-value crops nationwide and reduce rose imports by 30% by the end of 2023. Now for today's oil update. French offshore vessel company Bourbon announced that Guyanese company Tethys Marine and Logistics is now a 51% shareholder of the Bourbon Guyana joint venture, with Guyanese nationals representing 75% of its directorship. The joint venture now meets the requirements of the Local Content Act, allowing it to benefit from preferential treatment in the procurement of applicable services. Well, I mean, if it's a local affiliate, that feels like it's a bit disingenuous, but anyway. Bourbon's fleet in Guyana includes 6 vessels that support ExxonMobil's offshore operations until the end of the decade. Suriname state-owned Statoil is confident that a final investment decision for Block 58 will be made next year. Operator Total Energies and APA Corporation are quantifying the finds made in the offshore prospect, with a focus on achieving the right volumes. The Sapakara discovery, which APA CEO and Chairman John Christman said could be a key component of a future project, has been revised to more than 600 million barrels. A possible joint development of the Sapakara and Kabadagu reservoirs is being considered. Administrative Professionals Week is coming up, and there's no better way to show your appreciation than with flowers from Shanice's Flowerland. We have a wide selection of beautiful flowers to choose from, including roses, sunflowers, and stunning desk arrangements, starting as low as $6,000. Our gifts are sure to brighten up any workplace and put a smile on anyone's face. With convenient payment options like PayPal, MMG, and Cash App, ordering from us is quick and easy. It's as simple as contacting us on Facebook, Instagram, or WhatsApp at 645-1189. Come visit us at Shanice's Flowerland at the Movietown Mall and let us help you say thank you in the most beautiful way. Robbery season might be over, but the streets are still mean. That's why you need to get security for your home or business with Sheriff Security. Sheriff Security has well-trained guards, armed and unarmed patrol, marine patrol, canine services. They speed even our drones. Why? Because your security is their highest priority. You've seen the rest. Now hire the best. Hire Sheriff Security Service today. Now for our Uncut News Viewers Poll Question of the Day. Every day we pose the question about current events in Ghana, the region, the diaspora, and how you feel it placed was. On Friday I asked, what questions do you have for me, Norika? But before we get to that, I'm proud to announce our latest addition to the Noble Army, Richard Singh, who is supporting us at the reporter level, the highest level of monthly support we've received so far. So thank you, Richard Singh. And also, a special thank you to David Griffith, Dion Nascimento, Project Zero, and Dimitri V. I appreciate you all. And if you're watching at home and you'd like to support our movement, just hit the link in the video description. Mark De Haas says, Mr. Bilford, we live in Old Amsterdam in the Netherlands. Oh, well, greetings to you. Glad to see we're being watched over there. Anyway, we can't find anything about KLM talking about direct flights to Georgetown. There are items from 2019 with the same notice. Hope this time this news is correct, because flying from Amsterdam to New York to Trinidad to get to GT takes at least 26 hours. No good for the environment and our wallet. Hope you can check it out. I will, because I'm just going off of, what iNews reported on what the Vice President said that they are supposedly doing through KLM, which is something he mentioned in a press conference last week. But fingers crossed that this isn't just all huff and puff. And finally, Dimitri V asked, realistically, with all the changes going about, where do you feel this country is headed? Also, what are your views on the political parties and how would you get people interested in voting responsibly? To be honest, under the current legal, financial, and socio-political conditions, I believe that Ghana will see unprecedented development. I also believe more millionaires are going to be made in the next decade than there were in the last century. But I also know that much of this wealth and power would be centralized in the hands of the few. The West likes to describe this situation with words such as corruption and oligarchy. But honestly, oligarchy is just what happens when corporate monopolies in an individual nation team up with the authoritarian politicians in power in said nation. This collaboration is actually a natural process that happens when you don't have an opposition that is actually capable enough to keep the powers of government in check. And our political system is designed to give absolute power to the party in power. This corruption will always happen because absolute power corrupts absolutely. No matter how noble your intentions were at the beginning, this will always happen. Now, as for your question on the political parties, I've got to actually think it over, so I'll get back to you soon on that. Now for tonight's question. How do you feel about local government elections? Who do you think's actually going to take Georgetown? Will it be APNU again, or will PPP actually make inroads? I want you to think about that question. Tell us in the comments below. If your response is good enough, we just might feature it in our next episode. Anyway, that's all the time we have for tonight, and check us out tomorrow for another. Until then, I'm Nico Bulford saying good night, folks.